All right, Alan, thank you. Hello, my name's Abel Rodriguez. I'm Senior Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Rosemead. This is Janet Lee, Code Enforcement Officer for the City of Rosemead.
One of the service requests that we receive on a daily basis is homeless outreach. We provide proactive outreach by engaging with the unhoused individuals to see what services they might need. From there, we refer them to L.A.CADA, who we work alongside with, as well as the Sheriff's Department.
I'm Lieutenant Kevin Tawari, assigned to Rosemead as your Chief of Police. The Rosemead Special Assignment Team and Temple Station deputies will continue to fight crime relentlessly, partner with the community, and address quality of life issues.
My name is Richard Anthony Carrasco. I was born in 1975. For the first 30 years of my life, I was pretty much a normie, working, doing the job. I didn't drink, didn't do drugs, didn't do anything. And then by the age of 30 or so, I ended up getting introduced to crystal meth, which was a substance, as you know. And I started running with it for quite some time. I'm 48 now, and so that was an 18-year run. When I met Raimundo, he found me. He's an outreach worker with L.A.CADA. He found me on the steps of Rosemead. I had been staying there for like 5 days. I was homeless. I had been living in Almani before that, and living on the tracks before that, and then before that in Whittier, on the riverbed, on the railroad tracks, and various places for over 10 years. What I'm thinking about is, I'm really thankful for these guys finding me, because at that point I had already decided that I didn't want to stop doing drugs, but the damage of 18 years was already done. So it wasn't an easy problem to fix, being homeless. I was homeless at that time. I had lost everything I owned. Everything had been taken from me. I lost everything I owned maybe 5 times in my whole life, repeatedly, just everything down to nothing, over these like 18 years. I would say ever since I came, I first started by going to a homeless shelter, and I was planning, I had tried to stop using on my own, but I did dabble with, meth. Meth use was my poison. And I did do it a few more times when I was in housing, when I was actually in a homeless shelter, and one time I got caught with it and I got thrown out, and because of that, that's what really made me open my eyes. I remember I was 10 days in the street, 2 blocks away from where I was living, and I felt really bad because, I had a roof over my head. I finally was able to take a shower again, have a little dignity. I finally was able to eat and had some friends and finally feeling a little better. And that whole time when I was there, it was really rough because I got thrown in the street for 10 days. Because they were like, well, you can't come back in. We asked you not to use any drugs or anything. It was my bad. Really, I made a mistake, when I do regret. And even though I've been homeless for more than 10 years, that whole part with being in the street for those 10 days was really rough because I got to see all the people walking by me that I was living with.
If you could tell your young self now, what would you tell yourself? Knowing where you're at, what you've been through, what would you tell your young self?
What would I say? I would just say, stay away from it. I thought I could handle it, but it turns out over the years, it just was not it just turns out that it wasn't something I could really handle. Something that really devastated my life. Because I had things going on. There was a point in my life where I had 4 homes, where I had it really going on. I had a job, career, I worked as an engineer, I had everything going on. And just little by little, I just gave up, just threw it all away little by little. So by starting, it caused a really bad chain reaction of things that went on throughout the rest of my life for the next 18 years.